What up, people? Good morning and good evening, or whatever time period you're in. Welcome to Life and Time Podcast, Episode 8. I'm your host, Wiz Fiasco, aka Wiz, aka The Wizard. Why? Because you can't fathom the wizardry. So how you want to act when I talk to you in the C section? I'm here with my co-host, aka Beast Boy, aka Baby Boy, the indomitable snowman. This guy ass nigga. Say what's up, Willie, right? Whatever you want to call yourself these days.
Yeah,
He has a shitty iPhone, y'all, so that's why you can't hear him.
shit. I know about that bullshit. Goddamn.
Terrible ass quality iPhone. And then okay, I got my other boy, DJ the KZ, aka The Truth. Say what's up, man. Oh shit, maybe I should turn you up.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I turned you down. Say what's up, bruh.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy DJ KZ Truth. Just getting my workout on.
And then we also have our resident beauty, the one who brings us the views. Got 100 views last video. Lady in red. You just call you lady. Say what's up, lady.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey, man, you need to get some enthusiasm about you.
Good. So, chillax. Sit back, relax, chillax. It's your girl. There you go.
Okay. And now we have our special guest, Intellectual Dissonance, aka ID.
What's going on, y'all? Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
We got a special guy here. He's here to tell us about the inside of the gaming industry because he works for a company.
Company shall remain unnamed.
He can't say the company's name. But let's get started on the first topic. What's going on, everybody? What's happening in your life this week? Lady, start it off.
What's going on this week? Nothing much. Just working. Got a surprise visit from an old friend of mine, so it's gonna be nice to catch up. Ain't seen him in about 5 years, and got some good news.
What is it?
April or about around April or May, I will officially have a car.
You have a what?
Car.
A car? Oh God, help us.
Shut up. So all this work I've been putting in and praying for and whatnot is finally come to pass. So that's one thing off my list that I want to have for this year. So it's already starting off great for me, and it's just the first month.
What kind of car is it gonna be?
Well, it's not a brand new car or anything. It's just my mom decided to give me the car that she's driving now because she's getting a new car. But I got some big things planned for this year, so stick around and see. I'm putting some things in the works, making big things happen. So right now, all I'm doing is making bank, saving, do what I gotta do. My money up.
That's so real. Okay.
My mama's got your gift.
Keep the show going. All right. Now we got DJ KZ. What's been going on, man? What's happening? What's going on for the week for you?
Well, besides trying to be Super Saiyan 3, let me see. Well, I've been officially become head of my company. I got a lot of gigs coming up, and I got a new job on the 30th. And like Kaylin, but I'm getting my car February, so that's pretty much all I'll say with stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh shit! Everybody's moving up, getting cars and stuff. That's what's up. All right, and
Let's going the wrong way.
Oh,
all right.
I just want to give a shout out to my Founder ladies, Zeta Phi Beta is their Founders Day today. So shout out to all my fine Zetas on their Founders Day. I know you guys turn up today. It's your Founders Day. Turn up, turn up.
Oh, sorority sister. That's hot. Y'all do like hot stuff? Like,
I'm not in a sorority just yet, but I have a lot of sorority people that's in sorority fraternities, and I know they Founders Day. So today happens to be the Zeta Phi Betas, 96 years of service, the sisterhood and community service. So shout out to them. They did good on the parade today, strolling, stepping, doing what they do best. And blue and red, I mean, they blue and white, and they lovely doves. So shout out to my girls there, especially for the home team that I know up in South Alabama. I love y'all.
that's so legit. Now, Beast Boy, what's going on with you, man?
Dead today.
Except for tomorrow.
You said your birthday's tomorrow.
Huh?
You said, what about your birthday? He is shitty.
I think he said he's turning up. The turn up is real.
You said turn up's real. You're turning up. Nigga, what are you saying? I can't hear what you're saying.
He playing Watch Dogs.
I have no clue what he's playing.
Okay, well, keep going. Roll chat, roll chat.
Take the phone back. Just take the phone back. Take it back. Take it back. Every time he talks, penis.
And he's wearing the shirt, the irony.
DJ KZ. I don't know what's hook this man up with a mic, one of your microphones or something, man, because I don't even know what to tell this dude.
I have to give him like the cheap one. Hello.
All right, y'all ready for the first subject?
Sure. I'm tired.
All right. The first subject is Martin Luther King Day, man. We're talking about Martin Luther King Day and how his actions have affected today's activists. I was reading an article and it says activists relate to King's shift from dreamer to radical. And pretty much it's talking about how one activist named Ali Muhammad became an activist that he became to know and appreciate the king who decreed to the Vietnam War as unjust and made a firm, insistent case for economic justice for Black Americans. And he's basically talking about how Martin Luther King was vehemently against the war, but now these days, if you're against the war, you're kind of seen as un-American, like it's disrespectful to the troops. And then they also talk about how Black Lives Matters and all this other stuff is aching to Martin Luther King. And it points out that Martin Luther King was also seen as a radical and a terrorist back in his day before he was assassinated. But now people sort of take like a more aggressive approach. Like, what are y'all thoughts on that? Let's start with Lady. What you think about it?
I see where he can get himself view of if you against wars, you're against Americans because we became so Americanized. Like war is the American way. But then again, it's not disrespect against troops because you got people that are troops and still feel like this, senseless wars, which sometimes we are. But the aggressive approach. We had a discussion about this when I was in college or whatnot, and some people feel like what worked back in Martin Luther King's days, as far as his peaceful method, won't work in today's society. Just because it's more violence, it's a lot different how it was back in that era compared to now. So my question is, what do y'all feel like as far as the times have changed, how it was 50 years ago to now? You have people that are more aggressive, people that rather retaliate than to be peaceful. It's so much different because you're dealing with a different group of generation of how to fight back and how to find a way to find justice. So what do you guys think? And this is my question to anybody. Like, what do you think an approach needs to be? Do we need to stick with his tactics of Martin Luther King, or as he said, that more aggressive approach to get a point across. Because
May I answer first?
you're dealing with two different generations here. So, what you say, KZ?
Said I wanted to answer first. Now, I believe we need. Martin Luther King was more peaceful. I'm gonna put Malcolm X to the. You need both. You need peaceful and you need aggressive. But you need to know when to fight and when not to fight, because you can fight and put yourself in a stupid predicament. But you also need to know, it's pretty much, people nowadays need to know when to be peaceful and when to be aggressive. Because sometimes, depending on the situation, you need to be, more mindful of what's going on. Like, I can talk somebody down. I don't necessarily have to be aggressive on. But if they're, that kind of person where I have no choice but to fight, then I might have to fight. But you got to think before you do. So, something like that.
Okay, BB, you still there?
What's up?
Okay, what do you think about it? What do you think about the article I'm talking about, where it's like younger activists prefer Martin Luther King's more aggressive approach to his non-peaceful approach in this day and age?
All I gotta say is free at last. Got a money.
What else though? Like, do you think we should like continue and just be peaceful, or should we be more forceful activists?
Be peaceful.
I think you have to find a balance, because you can be peaceful yet aggressive, but it's gotten to the point where the aggression took over more of the peaceful side of the approach. If you come in there straight aggressive, you're not going to get, by all means, any point across. I mean, like, you got two people sitting here. If one person is trying to argue, they're both sitting here yelling at each other, whatnot. You're basically, one's not listening, one's not receiving the information. You're basically not getting anywhere, because nothing is being understood, nothing's being communicated. So, like Casey said, it has to be a balance between the peaceful and the aggressive. You kind of have to have both to coincide with one another to launch forward of what you're trying to do.
All right. One thing
I want to read is this book. Where do we go from here? Chaos or community? Let's see what that's a thing we need to add.
All right. Hold on. Let me see what ID has to say about this. Intellect, what you got to say, bro? Just speak clearly, man. Oh, hear you. It don't matter. Just speak clearly.
I agree with what the DJ had to say about it. It takes all kinds. Like he was talking about how Malcolm X and Martin Luther King back in the day had both aspects of the struggle at the same time. And we have a great opportunity right now with a movement like Black Lives Matter, because it's widespread around the nation. There are lots of different sects and lots of different communities that are part of that same movement. But I think that what those movements need, or what that movement needs, is leaders like we had back in the day. Like if we had somebody in a certain state who was preaching the peaceful aspect like Martin Luther King was, like somewhere in Dallas, they're doing the peaceful thing. Maybe somewhere in New York, they're doing the more aggressive, more outwardly revolutionary thing like Malcolm X was doing. If you could have that kind of diversity within the same movement, it could be something much more powerful than it is right now. So I think, basically it takes all kinds. We got to bring it together, and we'll make real progress at that point.
I'm gonna quote a professor from Princeton University, Imani Perry. Then, as now, it was about promises not translating into substantive transformation. The questions young people are asking, the way they're challenging the status quo, are important. If we don't have that kind of vision, we end the possibility for change. Before we even have the conversation in that sense, they really are carrying the torch. Like, what do you think about that? 50 years ago this month, Martin Luther King retreated to the Caribbean with his wife Coretta and a few friends to write his final book, Where Do We Go From Here? Chaos or Community? Which ironically, I was trying to say, yeah, that's exactly what Lady was saying, chaos or community. And in the book, published in 1967 of June, King argued for racial equality for Black Americans through the wholesale embrace of social and economic reform. So, like, pretty much that's basically the thing we're at now. Like, do we go for community or chaos? And I think that we should go for community.
Definitely.
But because chaos is something that's random, it'll always happen. If they don't accept the community that people try to bring to them and be accepting, then it's going to bring nothing but chaos automatically. So I don't think we should approach a situation with malice. And as the saying says, never think malice what could easily be mistaken for ignorance. That's like a business quote. I forgot the quote exactly, but pretty much don't automatically assume those are what is it? Not necessarily malice, but malicious. Don't assume people's actions are necessarily malicious. Assume they're ignorant and inform them first before you decide to take an aggressive action. So I think we can all agree. Well, I don't know about Willie. He's happy to be free. I don't think he gives a fuck. Beast boy.
No, but I got a question though. What is free?
Yes.
But I think that the thing is we have to self-educate along with that. Because when did this particular day became when people started fighting, people started getting into dysfunctional riots and outrageous behavior? Because it has happened on Martin Luther King Day. People just want to take this time to just, we should fight, stuff like that. And I think before we even try to do movement, stuff like that, we have to self-educate ourselves, self-educate our own. When I was teaching my children at my church and whatnot, they don't even know the significance of why there's certain songs we sung back in the day or why Martin Luther King did what he did, because it's not taught in schools. They minimize Black History Month in schools, period. That's just, it is what it is on that point. So we got to do a lot of self-educating, not for ourselves, but for our children. Can't nobody tell our history like our own. We should know our own history. We should know what we need. We should not have somebody on the outside telling us this is what we should do. And we should know what we should do.
One activist, Charlene Carruthers, she said we do King a disservice when we try to tell a flat story of turning the other cheek. And what else? Oh yeah, she's the national director of the Black Youth Project 100 in Chicago. For anyone that wants to know who Charlene Carruthers is, so there's not just one little thing that everyone just kind of just leashed onto. Black Lives Matter. It's just a hashtag, just a movement to attack a certain problem in America. We also have different organizations and charity organizations like the Black Youth Project 100. So that's another thing to help Black people in Chicago. And she said pretty much just following Martin Luther King's way of turning the other cheek is just a flat out, it's not really a lie, it's more of a disservice. And we should also see his harsher words and use those as an example to approach things. So it's basically don't censor yourself.
It's funny that you said, you have different organizations, because there was a church in the parade today that is a predominantly white church. And they had this little banner from what I was told today. And it says, all lives don't matter until Black Lives Matter.
Wow. In a parade, really?
Yep.
So let me say this one more time. All lives don't matter.
All lives don't matter unless Black Lives Matter.
I wish I could punch whoever wrote that.
So is that like, I don't even know how to take that. Is it like basically a dig at Black lives?
In other words, you know how when this whole Black Lives Matter started, people say, well, all lives matter, not just Blacks or not. But they're saying if all lives matter, that includes Blacks. So if you're saying that, basically they're saying if all lives matter, that means Black lives matter too. So unless the Black lives matter, then it's not true that all lives matter.
So basically, they're with.
They're with it. They're saying, listen to these words.
I get it now.
All
I can't get there.
Don't matter unless Black
Well, I
lives.
kind of want to get. I can't. I'm doing this again. What?
Okay, I got you. I had to think about it. I'm like, hold on. It's like a hard thing to register. It's like way too much to throw out, especially at a parade.
24. I mean 20.
But it's
You
telling
go-
the truth though at the same time. If you're not going to include Black Lives Matter, then it's not true. All lives don't matter then because they're saying Black lives is just like everybody. And that's a good thing.
Oh, KZ, you say what, KZ?
Oh no, I was reading something.
Oh, okay. All right. But I think we. Oh wait, ID. Did you want to say anything else, ID?
No, I'm good.
It's crazy because here in Pensacola we do parades, but Mobile they don't have parades.
Parades, incite riots, facts.
What they do in Mobile is they do community service for the half of the day. Like they section every zone out in the community and they do community service.
They
all meet downtown and they march, playing the Martin Luther King speech, and they march in honor of Martin Luther King. While everybody else is doing a parade, they march.
Interesting. But let's go on to the next subject. All right. Intellectual dissonance. He wanted to present a subject to the podcast. So let's hear what you got for life and time.
All right, so y'all, recently, if y'all remember, I think it was about a year and a half ago when in South Carolina, Dylan Roof shot up a black church. I think he killed 9 people in the church. And of course, he was arrested.
That was my sister church. I belong to that denomination of that church.
Oh wow!
Hella damaging. I mean, it's really, really bad.
Yeah, it was a tragedy for sure, man. It was some crazy stuff. But he recently got sentenced. I'm not sure if y'all heard, but he got the death penalty. And I wanted to ask y'all, do you think that it's just for him to get the death penalty, or do you think that that's a step too far?
Oh no.
Okay. We got a question. Hold on, lady. Let's see what KZ got to say. KZ, what you got to say, man?
Okay. I apologize. I got distracted. Who went to jail and who getting the death penalty?
Dylan Roof, the Charleston, South Carolina shooter.
Okay. So how I feel about him? I got mixed feelings. Is he a scumbag? Yes, he's a piece of poo. But I think the boy is crazy.
He deserves the death penalty.
Don't give a care. I literally think he's just psycho. And do I agree with the death penalty? Oh.
I was just gonna say before you go on, when you said he's crazy, you make a good point, because one of the major contributing factors to his sentencing was that the jury was able to read his manifesto. Like he kept detailed of his plans and his ideologies, and that led to the sentencing. Also,
well, I'm not a big person on either. I understand, but I'm still not a big person for eye. But all I can say is it somebody else?
So you think he deserves to get the death sentence?
Could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I was asking if you think he deserves to get the death sentence.
See, when it comes to how I am, I personally don't.
Can I ask you, do you think that?
Yeah.
My bad, I didn't mean to cut you. I'm saying, do you think someone like him could be rehabilitated in any way?
I don't think. Not 100%. I don't think. No.
Interesting.
All right, let's go to the next person. So, Lady in Red, how you feel about Dylan Roof, and how you feel about him getting the death sentence?
Okay.
Be saved. That's the term.
It can be said that he may be crazy, but the thing is, the justice system for so long has allowed people to get away with pleading insanity for so long that I get tired of like the same thing, insanity. They don't know what they're doing, which people can play off of their insanity, but make no good and well what they are doing, especially when you get good lawyers. But when it comes to that death penalty, I absolutely agree. It was premeditated that he wanted to go into that church. It was. I saw an article online and I read it how he felt like he had to do that. Like he said, he had no choice but to do that because of racial stuff that was going on. That he felt like blacks had to die. And with me being tied to that type of church. I'm sorry. With that, me being tied to my church, I live and breathe and I work so much in that denomination I spend most of my time in. To go inside of a church, which is a sacred place where it's one's religion, one's faith, and stuff like that, and to shoot them up all because it was premeditated and you don't like the color of their skin. You felt like they had to go, like they don't belong here. No.
Lady Ray, can I ask you this?
Yes.
You made a good point saying that people who know full well what they're doing will plead insanity and get off. But in this case, he specifically said he did not want to plead insanity because he felt like he was completely lucid. Wouldn't that kind of allude to the fact of him not being 100% there when he's doing this
I'm
crazy?
sorry, I can't hear you. I don't know what's that beeping noise.
I was just turn KZ down. KZ's like eating something in the microwave.
He's doing something.
Okay.
I was saying that you made the point that people who are pleading insanity are actually guilty. They know exactly what they're doing. But in this case, Dylan Roof decided not to plead insanity because he felt like he was completely lucid. Now, don't you think that kind of alludes to the fact that he's not all the way there when he's got this manifesto with all the crazy things and he's doing these crazy acts? Wouldn't you think that maybe he actually is a candidate for some kind of at least mental study, if not to try to rehabilitate him?
He may have some mental studies and some of this stuff that goes on. And I tell people that hatred, it's not something you're born in. Hatred is something you're taught. So he has to been taught this. You're not born in the world with hatred. You're taught this. This is something like somebody teaches you. And I'm not saying that he may have may have some type of mental issues. He may full well have, but I was saying in a sense to where the first thing when people go to court, whatnot, they want to plead insanity, and we don't even know by all means what it could be. And certain insanity stuff like that don't necessarily have to trigger on what their actions portray. So when I say
this guy, he looks like a jackass. Dig up your nose, faggot. Jackass.
He's not all the way there.
Oh, the bare knuckle fight this bitch. Bare knuckle fight him in the swamp.
So, lady, final judgment. Death, life in prison. Like, what would you do if you were on that jury?
I mean, either way, if he dies in prison or he gets death,
it's funny how he's like, should he get death or not? But yet he has a bulletproof vest on to prevent death until we decide to give him death.
That picture stirred up a lot of controversies with that picture. That picture right there stirred up a lot of controversial topics to the max. But
should we or should we not give him a bulletproof vest?
Well, think about it. You arrest so many type of people, but like people brought up when black people that does probably some type of things they don't get bulletproof vests. But here he created a mass murder and he gets a bulletproof vest. That stirred up a lot of ill feelings for a lot of people around America.
I wish he would have got some black guards to escort him to the van. That'd be great.
That would be interesting. But
didn't they say they took the dude out for Burger King before they arrested him, before they took him in? Some shit like that.
Burger King?
Yeah, I heard a story that before they took him in, they went and got him some fast food or something.
And didn't mean to do that again. That plays more fuel to the fire when it comes to the racial stuff.
It's
But
okay. I'm going to the website to find it. My rumor website. Snoops. Go to Snoops,
in
everybody.
rare cases where I say death, but for this one here, I have to go with the death. I mean, my thing is this: I am a Christian or whatnot. If at the end of the day, the Lord has the final say so in what's going on, regardless his life, his soul. If you are a Christian and you believe in your type of religion, his soul has already
No,
gone to hell. But I feel like life in prison, honestly, if everything that's been brought forth of how he went to jail with the bulletproof vest, if they did take him to get fast food, stuff like that, I promise you he would have probably got more of a gooder treatment in prison, which you're encouraging the behavior, you're not discouraging the behavior you're trying to teach. So I feel like death would be the only way.
Okay.
All right.
And seeing our injustice system when it comes to the jail or whatnot, who knows what people may do for him if it's brought to the attention that he's getting a better treatment than those other inmates.
Hey,
And then
man,
also,
cut y'all off when y'all done.
also, I was gonna say the Aryan Nation. You can have the Aryan Nation backing them up. Like, yo, we like your work. You got protection from the blacks. They'll be on that type of shit.
And you
It's
never
very
know who could premeditate or try to how to do stuff with inmates in the jail cell. You know, he got a creative mind because he premeditated this. So he got a creative mind. So who's to say that even while in the jailhouse he could not have done more damage?
yes. Beast Boy,
Yo,
what do you got to say about this, brother? We haven't let you speak. I'm sorry. What do you got to say about this?
because come on, y'all know full blown Christian. And what I think he did to them people is absolutely wrong. Take him out to get McDonald's, but he like, kind of saw that.
Oh, you said what? They didn't take him to go get food.
Yeah, we just had to look that up. It was confirmed. That's just a rumor.
It's just the rumor. They didn't take him to get food.
I'm about to
So
say, if you go get food after everything was set, that's a fucking crooked move right there. Yeah.
yeah, you know how it is, man, in prison. So it's hard to verify where you take someone, because I forgot the one young man they caught. It was in Chicago, I believe, or something. Like they jacked him up, they broke his ankle and all this other stuff, and like he was beaten and tasered, and they didn't strap him down. They took rough rides, and like they found
Philando Castile.
Nah, Philando Castile was the one that got shot in his car, but it's
Freddie
hard.
Gray.
I think Freddie Gibbs, Freddie Gray.
Was that him, dude that didn't get tied down?
I'll search it up because we have Google right here, ladies and gentlemen. We promote searching up shit. But
No.
Freddie Gray on April 12th, 2015. Freddie Carlos Gray Jr., a 25-year-old black man, was arrested by the Baltimore Police Department for possessing what the police alleged was an illegal switchblade. While being transported in a police van, Gray fell into a coma and was taken into a trauma center.
Yeah, that's who.
Another situation where it's very shady on what happened exactly. But I agree with Beast Boy. Shady shit, man. We shouldn't promote it. We shouldn't let these criminals just go around and do whatever the fuck with them. You have a mission. They're in the vehicle. Treat that shit like Batman or like True Crime in New York City. You get somebody in your car. Your objective is to follow that little blue line or red line. You follow that arrow to the police station. You don't take detours. When the shit says U-turn, you U-turn the fuck back. As far as treating the guy after you have him processed, after you follow the arrow and follow your objective, I don't know what to say on that, because the way I see it is you separate church from state.
Yep.
And thank you, Beast Boy, my co-host. But separate church from state. You want to make gays get married, fine. It makes sense. They're citizens. It's only fair, even though I don't too much on that stuff. But that's fine. But don't force certain religions and people's faith saying, "In God we trust," and then go about as far as promoting the death sentence and then war. but then saying God bless America. God can't bless you, but let you continue doing foolish and destructive things. God can't bless you if you're sentencing people to death, and he doesn't condone death. You're putting that on somebody by a judge of other people, but you're letting that other one person commit the deed. You're all guilty. So as far as a Christian wise, I say you should do what you do with all your fucking prisoners, majority of them being black.
Yep.
You put their ass to work. You make them make panties. Like Orange is the New Black. You make them make panties. If you're going to do prisoners like that.
In real life, but.
Oh, no, they do that. Orange is the New Black is the truth. Orange is the New Black had prisoners making panties, and they have all the black people in prison and shit making stuff, if you want to, at work release, going to work, and basically paying off their sentence. I say if you commit a major crime, you're in there for life. You be in a jail cell. If you committed a murder of more than 2 people, you should be in there for life, and you're in prison. In prison, if it's going to be an industrial complex, you have the lifers work, and people who committed minor crimes should come out and do work release and work in the city and be trusted. And if they can't be trusted, put an ankle bracelet on them. But anything short of murder should not be excused or accepted. It should not be slid by and say, oh, well, you get 5 years of this. No, that's not acceptable to me. As far as a death sentence, I would excuse it if the death sentence didn't cost that much. Put a bullet in his head. Why are you trying to be humane about it? You want him dead. Why why commit an inhumane act in a humane way? Put a bullet in his head, or drown that motherfucker, or throw him into the desert.
Drown that motherfucker.
Drown that motherfucker.
Tie a fucking cinder block to his ankle and throw him in a lake.
Exactly. What you said, Beast Boy?
Go mob.
Insurance. How can we help you?
Back in the day.
The fuck? You just
Look, he said go mob style.
go mob style?
Yeah, back in the day.
Okay.
Back in the day.
You said what?
They do back in the day. What the mobsters do?
Yeah, they tie him cinder blocks and they drop his ass. And if they ain't got enough time to buy a cinder block, they put the metal in his head.
So Wiz, you saying basically either put him into slavery or put him down in a cheap way?
If that's essentially how you're gonna put it, then yeah.
I'm just to put it in like the most basic terms, like put him to work, or how about indentured servitude, like I guess the prison system is.
Yes.
Or put him to sleep, quote unquote, in a more cost efficient way.
Yes.
Waste the taxpayer dollars on this dude.
And I like to bring up another thing. I was watching How to Get Away with Murder, and ironically, someone didn't get away with murder. And it was a young man that the main character Annalise was defending. And this young man admitted he committed this murder, and he felt guilty about it. And he was going to let himself go down. But the mother of the victim came forward, and she said that there should be a new way to do things, and it should be through the family deciding. And if she decided what she wanted was for this young man to be not released, but to at least get a lighter jail sentence based off of her, pretty much. And it was interesting because even the people that were convicting of the state, they were like against her. And it's interesting because they're doing it for her, but yet it's getting to the point now you're just doing it for a win now. If the victim's family wants to try to reconcile this and work something out, I think that'd be another way to do things. The family's not available to try to reconcile the situation. Or if they're too extreme, like, yo, bury him in the lime, put a bullet in his head and bury him in the lime. Drag him to the field. Make him look naked. Play Katy Perry and Taylor Swift 24 hours a day.
Oh, now that's inhumane, yo.
Even their mixtapes. Then, that's when you step in as the state. So I think there should be an ordinance of giving out. I like the judge part. I like the judge part to keep everything organized. I like the jury part. A jury of your peers, usually in the area, or usually people that can semi-relate to a situation to understand. But we need to figure out a better way of handling things and stop putting God in our words, in our mouth. and then betraying what we're supposed to be following. So I think either have the family decide, because Kaylin said to death. So that's when the state steps in, like, slow the fuck down.
I mean, that's
What does that
respectable.
solve?
I can definitely.
You said what now?
What does that solve?
Well, I mean, it gives the family closure because they can be in control of the situation. Because if both parties agree, okay, I'll let the family decide and we can talk it out. The committer of the crime and the family's victims, if the victim isn't alive, we can settle in a whole new way to settle instead of doing lawyer back and forth bullshit.
Whose family are you trying to let decide?
The victim's family, they can all be in a room to deliberate and discuss. Because if it's the state's going to charge us, cost us even more money.
And you think it would be okay for the victim's family to decide when the way their emotions, because their decision is going to be more emotion oriented than anything. Their loved ones was lost. And I'm just saying that it might not be in all cases, but in some cases, people are going to think more off of their emotion more than a logical sense. Especially when they haven't had time to grieve and to process what was going on. They're going to go off their adrenaline and their emotions. So,
hold on. I was just saying that's why you have the family if they're in the right state of mind and they give a sensible punishment. But if they give something like I was saying earlier, put a bullet in his head and bury him in the lime, drag him to the desert.
And that's the thing. Not all families going to be in a state of mind. Some families, it takes a while to process that.
Yeah, I understand that. That's what I said.
I read an article. One said that it's been a year and a half later, and they still having a hard time adjusting to it. And it's been a year and a half later, so it could take years for them. That's what I'm
saying. Listen. That's why I'm saying you have a order of process to do things, because lawyers can't be guaranteed trusted 100%. With giving a fair trial, they could easily, if you're innocent, they could easily have your ass getting the fuck thrown. Because you're talking about Dylan Roof, I'm talking about crime as a whole.
So how long would you do that order process then? How long should they have to wait?
Court cases take years, lady. Yeah. That's why I'm saying have a process of a sort of process where it's like you could start with, I guess, just for example, the family. You have a talk with the family and the lawyers with the state. You talk with them. Then you talk with that lawyer of the person, and you have them all talk in a room together and be like, "Yo, we're gonna talk this fuck out." Basically, keep it personal, and then like a sort of like a settlement. And then if it doesn't get worked out, then you take it to the state level. Because do you want the state deciding everything? Like, what if the state lets a criminal get away scot-free?
Which they already have in throughout our history.
Yeah, that's why I think we should reform the law system in a way. We treat you like humans instead of trying to make everything about winning a case. What's the best scenario that can help not lessen the burden of me? So that's basically all I'm saying. It would be a very hard system to work with because people would have to be honest.
But reality, there is no perfect way.
There is no perfect way. That's very true.
You're gonna have a gains and you're gonna have loss. Regardless, you're going to have some gains, you're going to have some losses. And in every plan, there's always going to be somebody falling through a crack. It's going to be a loophole and it's going to fall.
Yeah, so I got I got three that said death.
Wait, it was lady? Did Willie say death?
Willie said mafia style.
Yeah, that lady, Willie.
Which is perfect, yes.
I'm sorry, yeah.
BB said mafia style. And DJ said the same thing, death. Did BB put himself, yo?
See, you gotta change that right there. That's what's messing this whole scheme up.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But okay. And intellectual dissonance, what did you say? You said death? I said figure out a way.
Now, what I say, follow me on this one for a second. I think that we should, because I really want to see what was in his manifesto. I really want to see what he was actually thinking. Like, I want to get into his mind and understand the thought process that goes into not only am I going to kill these people, but I'm going to act as though I want to learn from them and gain their trust before I kill them, to do it in the most malicious way possible to advance some kind of white supremacist agenda that has been or because of white genocide, extermination, whatever he's thinking. I want to understand that. I want to put him in a laboratory, examine the way that he thinks, put him around other people, see how he interacts with them, see how other people react to his mind state, and then truly understand what's going on. Look at his environment. Look at how he was living. Look at his parents. Look at his friends. Look at the school he went to.
Put him in a GTA match and see what he says.
Exactly.
Let's see what you say in Grand Theft Auto online.
Put him on Xbox Live and see how many F-bombs he drops.
N-words he drops.
Yeah, how many N-words. How many white guys is he going to call a nigga before the match is over? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we should do that too first.
The N-word
so
is
we
a
can
whole
actually
separate situation itself.
It's not about the N-word. It's just about how.
No, I'm just saying that.
Yeah, it's just really about how his character is and how we can avoid that situation again. Because I think what ID is getting at is just deleting him from existence and bury him in a lime.
Yeah, that doesn't solve anything.
That just basically makes you feel better, and I feel like it's more costly. Yeah,
but see, I'm saying study his mind, and then bury him under the jail. First, study him. Once you feel as though you have a good hypothesis on how we can prevent this, then put him to death. If that's what the state decides, if that's what the people want, if they want him in jail, do that. But,
now,
do whatever the people say.
I will say death. If it's like the Joker, if it's like a super criminal like the Joker or Bane, we gotta wipe him out. He's too dangerous for society. That's when I say take him out. But Dylan Roof is not no Joker.
But what if after all the study, the people or the scientists, the psychologists, psychiatrists determined that his mental state was such that he could not be rehabilitated, and if he was ever introduced back into society, he would be way more of a detriment than he could ever be a benefit?
Then put him in, as you would like to say, indentured servitude. That's what I say.
That's a dangerous thing to go into, because by you doing that to him, not saying he didn't deserve that, to him, they will use that on other people, and then it can get out of hand.
That's real.
That's it's not. It couldn't be a universal thing. It's got to be a case by case basis. Like, not every thief has a manifest. I believe this is society, and this is why I steal. But in situations like this, I think we need to actually look at his mental state.
Yeah. I think we basically dissected this subject to the best of our capabilities without having access to everything that we could. Let's get on to that. I know this is a strong subject for Beast Boy. Beast Boy, are you ready? All right, man. We turning Casey the fuck down. He's eating paper or some shit. He's eating paper or something.
That's one of y'all.
It's Will. It's Beast Boy. What I tell you? It's Beast Boy. Look, brother.
I'll blame.
All right, we're about to talk about something that's near and dear to our heart. We've all grown up with it. 90% of the childhood youth that's experienced it. If you're over the age of 49, you probably haven't experienced it. It's Nintendo. It's nostalgia. The big ends that run gaming.
Feelings. I feel the feelings.
The big ends that run your memories of gaming. And they released an absolute near abomination. If there was another closed circuit console like On Live, the fucking Atari Jaguar, and the obscure Virtual Boy, I would be like, this is probably the worst console that could grace Earth and exist. Meaning it came to life, it was built as a piece of technology, and it plays games. But thankfully, we can say it's one of the worst consoles that's probably going to come to life. And it's going to be the worst console because they're morons.
Ooh, shots fired.
It is the Nintendo Switch, better known as the Nintendo bitch.
Tell them how you really feel.
I'm going to tell them how I really feel, but I'm going to let all four of you go before I go. Because I'm going to knock this the fuck out. I'm going to tell Nintendo off.
I'll tell you like this here. I'd rather go to Bishop Eddie Long's funeral than buy that thing. I know that was cold.
They go to whose funeral?
Bishop Eddie Long.
Damn.
Y'all know who that?
I could talk about
I'll
that
tell,
for
I'll
hours.
tell like this here. I got 5 rocks. And I ain't, let me stop. Well, it's gonna be crap. There's some money grab. The business ploy as they all do, and half the problem, right? Hold on, I'm getting tongue tied. Half the problem is their fan base is so brainwashed they don't care. So even if you have to pay for online, even if you're only getting a game for a month and then they take it away, even if all these gimmicks they put on there, they're only doing this because they can. They don't care about the consumer. But that's all I gotta say.
So
I'm not buying it.
what you're saying, KZ, is Nintendo doesn't care about gamers.
Not really.
I think so.
I took that Kanye stance. Now we're going straight to DJ KZ. He's live on the scene right now at the funeral of Nintendo. What do you have to say about this, KZ? Nintendo doesn't care about black people. I meant Nintendo doesn't care about gamers. I meant all right. Let's talk about Lady in Red. Lady in Red, what do you think? What do you about the Nintendo bitch? Lady in Red.
What?
What do you think about the Nintendo bitch?
Why you gotta say it like that? It's so aggressive with it.
Because it's stupid.
I mean,
Because you just heard KZ. Fuck that thing.
I don't get the whole what to try to upgrade Nintendo. I just miss the old Nintendo. What was part of my childhood. That's all I miss.
Oh, baby. We all miss the old days. Where
I just miss those days when life was simple. But
I miss those days when life was simple.
Oh, shit, we're in the Matrix.
The Nintendo bit. Go on. Let this out. This is our venting. This is how we vent. Oh
like,
shit.
You know how you take a movie and you make sequels and all that stuff where it's just good right there as it is.
This is gonna be the screen thing.
Why Will Smith though?
why y'all sound?
Yo, this junk is full of yo. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I heard Nintendo got that hot new thing.
I can't be doing my boy Will Smith like that.
It's called Switch. Let's get it going. Hey, turn it over and switch. Turn around now. Turn it over and
I thought you guys like it when a girl switch. You can tap the front and the back at the same time.
Ma'am, settle down. The Switch is a dance. Get your head out the fucking gutter.
I heard she had a dirty mind.
I heard too. She confirmed it. The Switch is a dance.
Hey, dudes like to take it there. I promise you. You tell somebody to do something, they do the opposite or go further.
So I got kicked out.
So let's get back to the subject, man. So you saying you miss Nintendo?
I
I'm saying
got
it.
the old
No, when I said about
Nintendo. I got that and the Wii. Those are the only two Nintendo consoles I have. It's the old Nintendo 64 and the Wii. And I like the Nintendo 64 better.
Because she has good tastes. You got good taste, lady.
All right, Beast Boy.
Nothing like the original.
BB. All right, man. I heard you got some lyrical verbal bombs you want to drop about the Nintendo Switch.
Shit. So I drop a hot 16 about this Nintendo promo.
Give me 16 bars
Make them hot.
and make them hot. What do you think about Nintendo bitch?
I'm extremely hot. It's a piece of shit. Women, PlayStation. Fucking mouth.
Wait, you said what? All I heard was fucking piece of shit. Fucking piece of shit. Fucking piece of shit. Could we at least go into detail?
Oh, that's what.
So tell me though, man. Give me your feelings, Beast Boy. I can't hear what the fuck he's saying. That garbage ass iPhone of his. What's this one?
I'm sorry.
Some pseudo shit.
I'll tell people.
Beast Boy, you got a terrible headset, man. Ooh!
Wow.
Oh shit! What do you think should be the thumbnail? This one or should be the Will Smith one?
Keep scrolling. I bet there's a better one. I like the Will Smith one though.
That hot new thing. Okay,
I had to be
ID.
reminded of the song.
ID. Tell me, okay, now that Beast Boy just kept saying fucking piece of shit, fucking piece of shit, fucking piece of shit. Give me your thoughts, ID. Intellectual dissonance.
So so I've listened to a lot of different points of view about this Switch thing, and I've been boycotting Nintendo for a while, ever since I got the Nintendo Wii. And all I did on it was play like Wii Sports. I would piece anybody up in Bolden today if you wanted to take it there, but that's besides the point. I didn't get a Wii U because that whole second screen thing is nonsense, and I'm not sure if Nintendo just thinks that this is the direction they have to go in, but they're getting away from what the people really want is a solid console that they can sit down and play. Oh God! But if this can be that, if this can be a good console that I can sit down and play, then I may get it. Because I've been missing my Mario, I'm missing my Luigi, I'm missing all my Nintendo games, and the idea of having a handheld built in is a good one. It's all about the execution. It's all about the tiny details that's gonna decide whether or not I get this game, what kind of games they release. I know Wiz was telling me earlier that they're gonna charge for the online. It's gonna be a whole bunch of bullshit with that. But
Okay.
I really just want to see something strong come from Nintendo, and I'm not the type that actually jump out and buy the thing on release. So I'm gonna wait for a while after the release, see how the people react, and if it's overwhelmingly positive, you can expect to get some money from me for the first time in 10 years. Nintendo, congratulations.
Well, I did.
All right.
Yes. Okay.
Oh shit. Now we're done with the fluff. It's time to get to the facts. This company is going down the fucking drain.
Before
It is garbage.
You got scared, Mike?
Okay, say
I
what?
got a question. Before y'all do all that,
Yeah.
Did y'all see Mario Adventure?
That new Mario Odyssey shit.
The Mario Odyssey.
No, Mario Adventure.
Mario Odyssey. He's running through New York City looking like he's going to be possibly the next iteration of Sonic 06.
No. I know people say Sonic 06, but when I looked at that game, I said, whoever can guess what I'm talking about.
You're talking about Sonic Adventure, except it's Mario.
Yes. What I thought when I saw that. I just looked at
Yes,
the
that's
trailer.
why I said Sonic 06, man. This is going to be Mario Sonic. This is going to be Mario Sonic 06. It's going to be like, okay, I got to be modern. I got to be hip and cool.
But hold up. Tell me you didn't like Sonic Adventure. I love Sonic Adventure.
He's talking about
Oh,
Sonic.
no. I'm not saying it ain't like that. I love that game. All I'm saying is it looked like a copycat. Like all they did was like, let's look at our old games and see what we can do for Mario.
Yes.
I got an idea.
I'm about to look, man. These company is full of idiots, incompetent nitwits. They really got the fan base out here gassed up, excited. You've gone for nearly 10 years with no games. In the last 6 years, you've probably had 8 games, and probably 3 or 4 of them were worthwhile. Shut the fuck up.
That's
Your shit
because
is
they had,
trash. No. This really did this out. Super Smash Bros. 2014 was your year to do shit. Super Smash Bros. Mario Kart 8 and Bayonetta. That shit didn't do nothing. It took Bayonetta 1 year to get to fucking 1 million copies. And then you dickheads that come out here and say, "Oh, Nintendo's doing great. This sold that much." Donkey Kong, I don't care a damn if Donkey Kong sold 2 million. You know why? Because that shit sold 2 million 4 years fucking later. That shit is garbage. Fuck Donkey Kong.
Yeah, fuck you. Donkey Kong's a shit.
Oh yeah, fuck me, all right. Fuck me to a happier place with big
Why you gotta disrespect Donkey Kong like that?
That's what
Cause I'm tired of fucking Donkey Kong. I'm tired of fucking Mario. Nintendo should have been like PlayStation. This is exactly why people were cuck boys for fucking PlayStation. Because PlayStation gave you great iconic characters. Go ahead and say amen if you know these characters. Spyro.
Amen.
Okay
I
then.
ain't heard of them though. They need before you go on.
You heard of Spyro, niggas.
No, I know they need to make it brand new. They need to break a
Well,
brand new.
Testify.
They bringing that back though.
Check on Crash Bandicoot. It's gonna be a remaster, but they're bringing it. They're bringing it though. Okay, you heard of Crash Bandicoot. You heard of Spyro. What about the next generation duo? What the fuck about Jack and Daxter? Can I get an amen?
Yes, Lord.
Okay, amen. What about Ratchet and Clank?
Amen.
All right, let's go to the next generation. You heard of a young man named Nathan Drake?
Yeah, not my cup.
Motherfucker, don't lie. Don't fucking lie. You know Uncharted.
I don't play Uncharted.
No, I know Uncharted. I said it ain't my cup of tea.
Oh, well,
I'm right there with you, DJ.
I gotta say, okay, I feel you, DJ, and I can feel that y'all full of shit. Because Uncharted, the franchise as a whole, has outshined all of Nintendo. You can put your hands up like that all you want, but you know,
they did a good
Uncharted
job,
still more
man.
than that last Zelda.
Successful.
It's all about numbers.
It's a successful.
You can say numbers all you want, but those numbers represent people.
Yo, let DJ. What DJ have
What
to
you say,
about
DJ?
I said it's a successful brand. Don't get me wrong. People, it's iconic. People know it. People gonna buy it when they come out. I'm playing. You know, it's straight. You know, I'd rather play like BioShock or something, but that's just me.
Well, I love the fuck out of Uncharted. If it wasn't me going to PC, I would have got Uncharted 4. But as far as Nintendo, they're getting crushed. Uncharted crushes them. That was their last installment on Uncharted, and it completely obliterated everything that the last Zelda and Mario have done. It obliterated. Their shit's irrelevant. You can bring and say, oh, they got the 2-3 million, and yet I keep telling you that shit happened in 4 years. All their shit came out first month. It bombed. Say what?
Do you know what's keeping them afloat?
They're cheap. They're cheap, and they're figuring out ways to move with Nvidia and Apple.
No matter what happens, the reason they can do stuff like this and make that new system and it be crafty, even with the Wii U was crafty, is because they have all these other brands. Mario's gonna always be able to save them. Pokemon's gonna always be able to save them. And all these other brands, and even like their old school products, they can always bring it out because we all know everybody's gonna buy it again. They had brought out the Super Nintendo remastered thing they bought, the system.
Oh yeah. A terrible thing. The worst part is it's not even making big bucks like that. I mean, it's making money, I guess, but not big bucks because
they didn't even make that many. I don't know why they do that.
Because they want to create artificial demand to create a demand. Basically, you ever heard the business term called zero spoilage?
Yep.
Zero spoilage is essentially guaranteeing to your producer or whatever, like Walmart or whoever, or Target, it's guaranteeing that you can sell out your products. That gets the money. That clears up retail space. That is what everybody wants. That is a retailer's dream. They want zero spoilage. They don't want to have a shit ton of stuff because then that kind of costs the money to fucking send it back to you. It's going to cost you money as well. Zero spoilage is sort of great. In a way, it's great if it's used correctly. Nintendo's being fucks. They literally sent like 2 of these things to one GameStop, 5 of these things to Target. It's just nonsense. And then it's even worse because the shit basically outsold in the same month the Wii U. The Wii was just dead. The Wii was a terrible console. I'm telling you, the top 3 things right now is going to end Nintendo if they don't get their shit together. And the only way they can escape these 3 things is if they go third party and just keep working with Apple. 1, they need to fucking have a competent console. Power's not everything, but power does matter. They need to have at least something that can stack up to a mid-range PC like the PS4 and the fucking Xbox One. This shit does not do that. 2, they need to have a competent controller at a competent price. The PS4 controller we all thought was bullshit because it was $50-something, but that shit actually has multiple functions on it. You can use it on your PC, which I can do. By my PS4 friends over, we can play with that shit. You can actually configure it around and work with an Xbox. Yes, configure it. And everything, the features wise, as far as besides the controller, is not mandatory. You can just fuck with it and just be done with it. This shit does not have that. Just like the Wii U. You buy a bullshit tablet, then you gotta scramble on and find a $70 controller. I know I bought a $70 Pro controller. It's nonsense. And then worst off, still on the same subject, just call number 2 the accessories. Number 2 is also, just like the Wii U, you have to buy too many accessories. At least with the Wii U, I'm starting to think the Wii U's better. Because at least the Wii U had the most controller options.
No, let's not get too crazy. The Wii U has never been better than anything in its entire career.
The Wii U's better than the Atari Jaguar.
It couldn't be. I'd rather play
the Atari Jaguar had a worse launch.
I would rather slum through the mud and the muck in the jungle with the Jaguar than ever play a Wii U.
You want to show you the entire Atari.
I don't know if I go that far. I want to play that Wii U either way.
Well, maybe I'll pump it up. I'd rather never mind, I'll say that.
Okay, let me get to the third point before y'all finish. The third point is third party. Of course, I had to say third point for third party. Of course, my nigga, third party. You need to have games, because if you don't have games to constantly supplement your dry spells. In fact, we were last episode. I was talking about you don't need exclusives. All you need is third party. Ask Xbox. Xbox just said, fuck it. Fuck exclusives. We don't need it anymore. We're second place, but we're still getting money.
They got one.
What?
AOF, King of Fighters, not King of Fighters. The fuck is that shit called? They just released a new patch for it. The fighting game.
Killer Instinct?
Instinct, yes.
It's on PC, my friend.
Oh shit. Forget everything I said. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Killer Instinct's on PC. All you need is third-party support, because in the end, third party's gonna make people want to buy your console, to play your shit, and as well, if you can supply at least exclusive deals. Let me get this first, like Call of Duty. Let me get that first. Just do something like that. Then it'll be fine. Then you can focus on making your service better, and they can give you the royalty fees from selling your shit, because you gotta pay. They gotta pay you to put games on your platform, because it's your area, it's your property. You want to sell Fruit of my lawn, then you gotta pay me at least $2. For instance, Steam gives 30%. Steam takes 30% off the top, which is very cheap, to where you sell games on their platform. That's all they get. And then it's even better for the consumer, because if your game doesn't work up to the standard it should work, you can get a refund. Steam keeps that 30%, which gives developers incentive to keep their shit together and work the fuck right. Nintendo needs to get back to that Super Nintendo way, where they were telling people, look, if we're going to put our seal of approval on this, and that's going to give you your cosign, the badass seal of approval. This lets people know you buy this shit, you're getting a good ass quality product. If you create a product that's quality and takes advantage of our console, then we will put the badass seal of approval and let people know that we can trust us, because we're a brand that can be trusted. But you can't put that on the Nintendo seal of approval anymore, because it can't be trusted anymore. If they would establish this shit, because Steam doesn't even have that, a badass seal of approval to establish, yo, you can buy this. Nintendo could do that with third party, but they've burned all their third party bridges. But I'm gonna chill for a minute and let you talk. Sorry.
I gotta ask about the exclusive thing. What about like something like a Halo or a Gears of War? Those are Xbox exclusives, right?
They're not gonna do that.
Halo's on PC.
What about Gears of War?
Gears of War's on PC.
Never mind then. Microsoft lets me.
PC than Microsoft.
Only thing. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. If what's it called? If Microsoft didn't have computers and all that, it wouldn't even be on PC.
That's true, because Microsoft started off as a tech software company.
Yeah.
The only reason they created the Xbox was to basically spread the program called DirectX. Say what?
Yeah, see, I always forget that Microsoft has such close ties to the PC world. So
Yeah.
it makes sense that they wouldn't have exclusive or not on PC.
Jesus Christ, it looks like the fucking Atari Jaguar has a better.
PC.
Is this the correct thing?
But let me ask you something, Wiz. I want to know. Do you think that this would be the system that ends Nintendo's career?
Yes,
You think so?
because there's no point in creating expensive hardware, and basically catering to nonsense when your software is great. You already have deals with Apple to put your games on there. You're already working with NVIDIA that makes the graphics processors. They basically want to make sure that all their stuff is closed and contained. That's why they don't go to Android. That's why they go with Apple. Even though Apple is sort of limited, it's still massive enough to get people to make money. So if they can make a quality game and put it on the phone, they can make a shit ton of money with microtransactions. There's no point in trying to make expensive hardware that's going to sell like the Wii U did, which is 13 million, which is absolutely abysmal after 4 years. The only console to do 13 million was the Dreamcast, and it did it in 1 year.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
Rest in
Dreamcast.
peace, Sega.
So there's no point in creating expensive hardware. And then also consider this: they never lowered the price of the Wii U, even when it was dead, even when they discontinued it.
That's interesting.
They never lowered the price. They're probably not going to lower the price. It took them forever to lower the price of the 3DS. They lowered the price to 170, and that's when it started selling. The 3DS sales are down. There's no point in creating hardware. Hardware is way more expensive than software because you can bullshit around with software. I showed you most popular games on Steam. It was like Gary's Mod and a free-to-play and Counter-Strike. Well, let's see. Ark Survival. Let's go down the list. Counter-Strike, a game that came out 10 years ago in 1999. The most competitive first-person shooter on the planet. Probably with Overwatch, which just came out. You got Dota 2. Dota 2, it's a free-to-play. Most competitive game you could play. Well, there was StarCraft. Then what's the third game I just said? Gary's Mod. It's like what? $10, $15 or something, maybe even $5 because it's always on sale. You basically just mod and fuck around and just mess with the program and the physics.
And then Ark Survival.
And Ark Survival, that just came out. This is another survival game from the survival wave. It's like you can get that for full price, but you can mod it endlessly. And it's about dinosaurs. But Nintendo doesn't have staying power like that. They're wasting their money on the hardware.
No, Nintendo has the greatest staying power. Like DJ was saying before, their iconic characters, their Marios and their franchises are what keeps them afloat. The Pokemons and all that.
But look at the Wii U though. The Wii U is not saved by Mario Kart. Mario Kart always brings in the heavy money. That 3D Mario bullshit didn't bring in the money. It was the lowest selling Mario. Uncharted 3 surpassed Zelda when that same Zelda came out. What was that Zelda? Not Twilight Princess. I think it was Skyward Sword.
But compare how much it costs to produce a Nintendo platform compared to how much it costs to produce an Xbox or a PlayStation. They got to be spending pennies compared to what the other major developers are spending and bringing back at least enough to break even. Unless I'm wrong about that. If they're not breaking even, then they're fucking up.
I will say this. I know the PlayStation was making bank after the first few months, and they're making money off the PS4, so they already got their shit together. And plus, they're selling way more, as we've seen. They've hit 53, maybe 54 million by now, selling 6 million consoles in 2 months, the holiday season. So I'm pretty sure they're scraping Nintendo, even if it is a little bit more expensive than the Nintendo. They're still making money. But let's put it like this once again: Nintendo goes for 3 to 6 months to a year with no games, unless you want to get to count the second party, which is like one game, which is counting one game. They're pretty much not producing anything. They're not getting third-party support at all. Maybe 1 or 2 games, but they're not producing anything. While Sony releases like 2 heavy hitter games that are game of the year, like Bloodborne and shit. Microsoft releases their heavy hitters in the fall. There's nothing in the summer.
They don't have to.
Nintendo?
Nice. Yes, and the reason I say Nintendo, like I said previously, they can. It's just like with, let's say Marvel put out a crap hurt them because they have made so much money on these other franchises, like because it's Disney anyway. It don't matter. So with Nintendo, they can bullcrap all they want and still be fine. Pokemon, with the new Pokemon game that came out, they sold a lot. They made a lot of money for that one. Or even other games like this, or even that stupid Mario Maker. They made a lot of money from it.
Wait, so you're saying that Nintendo
like,
around?
I couldn't hear you. What you say?
You're saying that Nintendo can like slack around because they're not fine right now, my friend. They're really not.
No, I'm not saying like
Sony makes more money than Nintendo.
They can do something crazy because yeah, it would ruin them. They do something crazy, but I'm saying they have enough slack where they can be like, I'll give you this, but I'm not gonna put all my eggs in it because I'm like, I'll give you a decent product. I'm not gonna give my best because I really don't have to. But if they did something crazy, then yeah, it'll kill them. But right now, they're not in the best predicament, but they still making money. So they're like,
No, I have to slightly disagree. You were saying Pokemon Go is actually costing them money.
Oh, not Pokemon, not the app. That was a whole different. Yeah, it cost them money, but I don't even think Game Freak was involved in that.
The Atari Jaguar launch, my friend. This is the Atari Jaguar launch.
You talking about you talking about that old system, angry video game nerd. You talking
Yes.
about? But
He's going to take us back to the past now.
I'm taking you to the past, my friend. This is the Atari Jaguar launch, the only console that had a worse launch than Nintendo Switch.
Wait, that's it? Just
what about the Virtual Boy?
Yep, for US, I guess those Cybermorph, so it's like so it's 2 more games for Europe, I guess.
And of course, Japan got all that. They got Doom. They got the original Doom on that shit.
But Doom was already out on the Atari, though. I mean, I think the original Atari or like the Super Nintendo. So, yeah.
We get the final word on this.
Well, okay. The main thing is Nintendo is in a bad predicament, which is why they're strong arming YouTubers and shit. They're not doing okay like they should be, and they have the reason why they're listening to Switch right now in this time period is because they can't afford to wait any longer. PlayStation already released their console, and they killed the fucking winter time. Xbox is gonna release their console most likely in November, and as delusional as Xbox fans are, they're gonna buy that shit up. So Nintendo's being forced by the shareholders. I'm sorry. I was saying Nintendo's being forced by the shareholders.
I was saying. What I'm saying is, personally, I think they should just focus on a handheld right now.
Yeah, I agree.
They try to do both, but I still think because they sold way better on the 3DS. Yeah, they had a little rocky to start, but they had way better games on there. It sold a lot more stuff, so I think they should just focus on. They do what they do.
Yeah, I agree. If they don't try to keep the handheld thing going, which I think is already dying anyway, because the 3DS is probably, if not for Pokemon, they wouldn't be at half the sales of the DS. So if they don't get their shit together, I just think they should just do it anyway. But if they don't get their shit together with the handheld sector,
I'm gonna tell you how they can make a lot of money. They ain't gonna do it. If they made a decent system and actually made y'all ever played Coliseum?
Pokemon Coliseum, yeah,
classic.
So something like that, but kind of more. Actually, it not necessarily have to just be like a regular trainer, like on the regular games, but make a straight Pokemon game that's on console and release it with the console, and I think they would sell a lot of money. I mean, I was about to say sell a lot of money. Sell a lot of consoles, make a lot of money. And it's like something like that.
I mean, really, all they got, they've already fucked over Metroid. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is irrelevant. Donkey Kong as a whole is irrelevant. Mario is still Mario, and I guess Zelda, because Zelda can still move forward. It can still have mature themes. Like they just showed that Fisher Price children's version of The Witcher with graphics and the little kid. He's beating up cartoony animals. Yeah, and people are eating that shit up.
They're gonna milk that forever. Mario,
yeah. So
and Zelda, they're gonna milk that forever. Just like back in my milk. People just milk these things forever, and people gonna still buy it.
Yeah. So ID, what's? Oh yeah, I was gonna say the reason why they're not gonna do good anyway is because even if you have a Smash Bros or whatever the fuck, you can say Pokemon all you want, but you have to pay for the online. And not only do you have to pay for the online by the end of this year, but they're gonna give you NES games. They're gonna give you NES games for the month. For 1 month, you get to get it. They decided to do what PlayStation. Yes, you're renting. These niggas are silly. That's why I said this company's done. They're going to go third party. There's no point. They're going to go to mobile. All their games are nothing but glorified mobile games now. Nintendo pioneered or helped pioneer with Atari. They're glorified mobile games. They're simple as shit games for people that you have to go to work or sitting on the train. I could easily see myself playing a Mario game on my cell phone.
The only game they had that I consider like that I wouldn't play on a phone was Bayonetta.
Is what Bayonetta? Oh yeah, yeah. Bayonetta was a. I'm pretty sure that was a good game. I played a little bit of it, but those like games like those, yeah, that's for a mature audience, like a deep audience where you're actually playing the game. Zelda, I can see Zelda having legs because it's for mature audience where it's like I gotta think, I'm gonna solve puzzles and stuff. But Mario and all this Yoshi garbage and shit, that's for little kids, man. You ain't playing that for real. You're just having fun, and you ain't trying to be deep into the game or the concepts of it. But ID, what do you got to say?
I'm still mad that they did that. I think it was a waste.
What you got to say, bro?
I'm thinking that I'm just waiting for the launch. I got to see the release. I got to see what kind of games drop for it. Because I've been wanting a Nintendo console for a long time. But even before this game was announced, we were talking about how if Nintendo could put together the console and the handheld in a seamless way, it would be a great, advantage. It would be a good thing for them. So I don't know. I got to see. I'm gonna bide my time. I'm gonna be undecided for a while until I see some things.
You're not gonna buy it, sir.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know yet.
I'll buy it. I did.
They have their games.
I ain't paying for no.
I was gonna say half their games are undecided though. Like only thing you can guarantee is ARMS, some dumbass ARMS.
Get these
Bomberman. Who the fuck been playing Bomberman? I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Bite your damn tongue.
I'll buy my tongue.
Don't disrespect Bomberman.
I'm not disrespecting Bomberman. I'm disrespecting people that think they're gonna buy Bomberman. You motherfuckers are gonna buy Bomberman. This is all. This shit is shovelware. Skylanders, Just Dance, 1-2 Switch, and then you got
ARMS. ARMS look like a $5 game on the bargain bin. I'm sorry, I'm not paying for that game.
It just Nintendo's not gonna do good with this thing. It's gonna be basically they're gonna sell strong because they basically said they're shipping 2 million to North America, so it's gonna be sold out in a lot of places. Some places are only getting like 5 of these things, like the NES Mini. So after the first year, once the glare wears off, and people,
so bad.
It's got low memory. It's got a whole lot of things limiting it as far as trying to be a console. It's just a handheld with the negatives of a console, and it's going to really hold it back. And once people decide I can't do what I want to do with it as a handheld, they're going to keep it in the house. And to keep it in the house, the limitations of a handheld are going to hold it back.
Nintendo going to be all right. They ain't going nowhere.
I didn't say they're going to go anywhere. I said third party.
If I bought that console,
they're going to go
the
third
same
party.
thing that the Xbox I had when it first came out did, collect dust.
Xbox will never go anywhere. Xbox could lose $1 million a month, and they'll be straight because in the end, they're doing what their mission was. They're pushing DirectX. They got Microsoft as a whole into the living room. They have a whole entire other goal. They can help another sector of their company, similar to Sony, where they have PlayStation. They put that fucking PlayStation name on everything. The PlayStation New thing or View, which basically is like the Sling TV. You can watch live television. They got PlayStation Now, which now went to PC, where you can play.
I'm actually thinking about. I tried that before, and I'm thinking about getting it again because it was pretty good. You got to have some decent internet, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, but Nintendo. I'm just saying for the record, I don't hate Nintendo. I hate what they do, and it's stupid. They're arrogant fucks, and I don't think anyone should support a company that basically has. I was just gonna say, wait. I'm just gonna say a company that is alienated. Their sin list has been so high, and yet their repentance has been so low. They nearly made Rockstar bankrupt. They took the concept for Mario 64 from Argonaut. They stopped Star Fox 2 from being created and took the concepts and made Star Fox 64 because they didn't want to be outshined by the rookie team. They took the concept of Mario 64 and they basically took the 3D platforming concept. Almost bankrupted Microsoft. I mean, not Microsoft, but Rockstar. I'm going to fuck off.
Well, yeah.
This company is paying the dues. And finally, their final sin, my friend, is that they messed up with Final Fantasy, and because they made Square Enix kiss their dick and apologize to them, and then have the nerve to say we're not doing this. The guy of Square Enix, or Square Enix at the time, they basically said they're never making a Final Fantasy game on a Nintendo platform or a main Nintendo platform. The same thing for Grand Theft Auto, the Rockstar Group. We're up trying to create a cool game. They're not gonna win, man. They're not gonna have Final Fantasy or Grand Theft Auto, and they're not gonna have a Madden because EA doesn't like those niggas either. The main major dude don't like them.
I don't like EA.
No one likes EA, but you gonna play their shit though.
I don't know. I ain't.
Yeah, sure you are. Well, maybe not you.
Fuck no.
I'd rather
Some of you niggas ain't strong like me. I boycott it. Yeah, I'm saying it. Some of you niggas ain't strong like me.
Get out of here.
I boycotted EA.
EA and 2K.
I ain't played an EA game in forever. I'd rather suck my crush's toes than play that game. I'd rather cut my tongue off, throw it in the trash can, and burn it before.
Shit.
Damn.
And that's dedication right there.
So the hate for EA is real. I do like Battlefield 1. I see their improvements. They seem to improve and put a refund system. But I think we basically dead this subject. Like Nintendo's gonna dead themselves into working with Apple.
Nah, you crazy. Nintendo's gonna be alright. They ain't going nowhere.
They ain't going nowhere though. I gotta agree with him. They ain't going nowhere.
You see the evidence, and you keep saying nothing's wrong. You're crazy.
I'm not saying nothing's wrong. I'm just saying you're saying they're about to self-destruct, they're about to implode and shit. That's
no, I didn't.
They like Donald Trump.
You weren't listening. I said they're gonna go to Apple. They're gonna go to Apple. You weren't listening. They're going to Apple.
Apple don't want it.
We'll see.
There's no we'll see. They just announced the Yoshi game. They got a Yoshi game and a Mario game.
Well, you know what?
They're going.
I'm R. Kelly them. I'm gonna buy one of their phones.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. They're as far as being in the real gamer scene, Zelda will be the only thing that'll keep them there. But they don't know how to do anything modern day. They're going to go to Apple and they're going to.
They're like, hold on. They're like a lot of people nowadays. They stick to the old thing, you know, do the same thing over and over. Too scared to try something new.
That's their fault. They got to be like Sony and evolve, or they got to be like Microsoft and consume. When Microsoft said, you know what, we're in trouble, they consumed. Rumor has it they might be buying AMD, the tech company that makes the graphics processors and shit for the consoles. When they said, okay, we need some money, what they do, they bought the company that makes Minecraft. So either you evolve or you consume. Nintendo doesn't grow or consume. They can't consume. It's like that fish, that little tiny guppy fish, that clownfish. He can't do nothing. He's stuck between the two sharks and the barracuda.
Remorates. I think that's what they call them. Remorates, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think you're right. I think we've pretty much taken this to its fullest extent.
Yep, we just got to see when I'm right, like I usually am. I've been right for the last couple years. They're going to go third party. I didn't realize it was going to be cell phones, though.
That's because that's hot.
Let's get, I guess so. Let's give me your outro, DJ.
Guys, I'm going to tell you like this here before I go. Y'all need to check out the goddamn, who was that? Oh, yeah. Y'all need to check out the SoundCloud and the podcast. Cause y'all need to check out my channel too. I put an intro. Dang, I think I bit a pepper. I got the intro. I'm working on a different intro, but I don't know if y'all saw it. But a little promotion,
send that
little
shit
video.
in the email, bro.
All right, but yeah, I got that out there. I put that out every time during the week, so people know to come to it and watch the podcast. Me and my cousin are resurrecting Pimp Season, and you know we trying to get up back in there, you know. So, and if you need any of my services, please get on my social media or call me. The number's over there for the office or email. But I'm KZ the Truth, and y'all know I'm out. Peace.
That man knows how to advertise. That's how you
All right, Lady in Red, what do you got to say, man?
Sorry, I am folding up laundry.
You are. Let's see.
You don't turn my camera off, I promise you're gonna have to suffer consequences.
That's her room.
Okay, it's off.
Dang, I know.
It's off. All right.
You know what? You must really want to.
Sorry.
And you already know how I can be.
Ooh.
All right, calm down. Just say goodbye. Just say goodbye.
You better not make her mad.
All right, that's her outro, y'all. That's her
I will
outro.
cut you. That's the outro.
All right, Beast Boy.
He over there masturbating.
Hey yo, baby.
Hey yo,
Skate up, pick a Nick.
hey yo, Nick. Hey yo, Nick.
Hey yo, my Nick.
Nick. Beast Boy.
What's up?
All right, man. What's your outro, bro?
It's time to turn up. Y'all be blessed. It's time for me to go drink.
Oh, and happy birthday, man.
Yeah, happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday
What you gonna be drinking?
to you. Happy birthday to you.
I can't do it, man.
Happy
That's just all I have to
birthday
say.
to Beast Boy. Hey, Beast Boy. Happy birthday to you. You bastard.
Woo! Happy birthday, man.
Hey, Big,
And our
Big Boy,
special
I'm gonna
guest.
get you. I got something for your birthday. I'm gonna get you a prototype.
Oh shit.
No, I'm talking to him.
All right.
Like the video game.
No, y'all heard that song before. You are the prototype.
Oh,
Think I'm in love.
All right.
that's
All
what
right.
that's what Willie's looking for too.
He is Intellectual Dissonance. Our special guest. Thank you so much. He's a viewer. If you're a viewer, you want to be on the show, leave a comment and donate to the Patreon like Intellectual Dissonance. He's donated to the Patreon and then some. So, give your outro, bro.
I just want to say thank you all so much for having me. Thank you for the conversation. It was great. Thank you for the knowledge. I appreciate it. Look, anybody listening, if you love the podcast, subscribe. If you hate it, subscribe. If you love life, if you are living, if you know what time is, and if you're stuck in space time, subscribe. Listen to the podcast. These dudes are awesome. And that's it. I'm out.
Thank you, bro. And I'm gone. All right, man. Like you said, if you like the podcast, also support the Patreon. The Patreon is Wiz Fiasco. We're working on a logo. Support the Patreon. We're working on a logo. Support the Patreon. We're working on an intro song. Support the Patreon.
Support.
We're also working on an outro. Support the Patreon. And, give young black people money, man. We're having good discussions. We're really serious about this. We're trying to have a good time and talk about stuff. Niggas disagree. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to give people money and they disagree. All right? We're going to live stream some stuff. We're me and Intellectual Dissonance. We're going to be talking over movie commentaries. We're going to be having, just solo discussions, one-on-one. We're going to be doing all that. I'm going to have a video series called Gaming in My Head because I got a bunch of gaming footage. We're going to do all that. In fact, I'm going to start a backup channel, too. Shut up, Beast Boy. No one wants your problems.
Hey, I'm gonna have to get you. I'm gonna have to get you.
What is happening in this man's world right now?
What in the world is this?
No wonder he was so quiet for
This is
so
why
long.
I can't be on this podcast because I just turn my head for 1 second and this is what I come back to.
I keep telling you, trying to get on mine. You be too busy.
Oh,
But I told y'all he was in there beating
What
me.
y'all want me to do when I'm not doing that?
yo, man, that's my favorite stripper, man, that he hanging out with. I like to be smashing her. I be getting Franklin.
Hey, I'm a saint.
Yeah. But all right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to the Lifetime Podcast. I am Wiz Fiasco, aka Wizard, aka Wiz. Thanks, and hopefully you can understand the wizardry and hopefully fathom it.
Whoa.
Hopefully I didn't talk too far from the C-section for you. And I'm gone.